Hello, world. Welcome to episode 77 of the Jimmy Canz Show. It is prediction time. This particular one, I am unfortunately not joined by Rodney. He could not make it, but I do have his picks. So we will get into it here and talk about Extreme Rules. All right. It's coming to us this Sunday from Columbus, Ohio at the Nationwide Arena. At the time of recording, we've only got 6 matches announced, so let's get into it. All right. The opening contest we will discuss is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. You got the Bloodline of Jimmy and Jay Uso, SmackDown champions, defending against former champions, Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford, Street Profits. No stipulation on the one night that WWE goes extreme. There's actually only 2 matches that kind of have somewhat of the stipulation. One has an actual stipulation, one has somewhat of a stipulation. So not a very extreme rules. This is going to be extremely ordinary. So Rodney is going with the Street Profits to capture the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Champions once again. Personally, I am going with the Usos. I think the whole Tribal Chief Bloodline storyline has not played out completely yet, especially with Brock coming back and everything. I think you kind of need to keep the titles on them. You got to keep that whole faction strong. So I am going the opposite way there. So it's getting interesting early. Next up for the Raw Women's Championship, we got the Queen Charlotte Flair defending against Little Miss Bliss. Alexa Bliss with Lily. So, let's be honest. Alexa is going for the title in her own hometown. So obviously, Charlotte's going to win. That's just what WWE does. Rodney is in agreement on this one. Next up, just a grudge match. Carmella against Liv Morgan. So you got this big grudge match at Extreme Rules with no stipulation. Rodney is going with Liv, as am I. I think they're trying to establish her as, a creditable competitor within the women's division. I think she's very underrated. I think she deserves to be highlighted more. So Rodney and I are in agreement on that one. Next up, United States Championship Triple Threat match. Damien Priest defending against Sheamus and the charismatic Enigma Jeff Hardy. Like I said, pseudo stip in this one. Obviously, triple threat matches have no disqualifications. So, definitely, can get kind of extreme. But other than that, this is the first thing that kind of has a little bit of a stip at Extreme Rules. I'm going with Damien Priest to retain in this one. I think they're pushing him hard right now. So Rodney is in agreement on that one. So we've only differentiated on one match thus far. Next up for the SmackDown Women's Championship, you got the man, Becky Lynch, Big Time Bex against the EST, Bianca Belair. I'm going to go, Rodney saying Bianca to recapture the title here. Becky just got back, getting ready for a draft. She's the more high-profile name right now. So I'm going to say that she retains. I think they're going to try to keep the belts on the quote-unquote more high-profile or individuals that they're wanting to really get behind at this point in time. Like I said, there's no knock on Bianca. She will have her time again. Maybe she moves over to Raw and becomes Charlotte's next challenger. That would make a lot of sense to me, actually. So let's hope for that. Last but not least, Extreme Rules match. Tribal Chief, head of the table, Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman against the Demon, Finn Balor. This is the only match on the card with a stipulation. Like I said, triple threat is a pseudo stip. Won't be any DQs in that, but can still be countouts, et cetera, et cetera. So this one, no rules. Extreme rules match, Extreme Rules. I'm saying Tribal Chief retains. They've already announced he and Brock for Crown Jewel, obviously always with the proviso card subject to change. But again, you're getting ready for a draft. Roman, is the biggest heel in the company right now, doing great work. Just don't see, even the Demon being enough with all the shenanigans. Now, Rodney's going with the Demon. He thinks Brock's going to interfere, he told me, and cost Roman. But, a Roman Brock match at Crown Jewel without the title doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, Brock coming back and going after Roman because Roman's got the title. So why would you want to go back, go after Roman if Roman doesn't have the title? Why wouldn't he turn around and move his attention over to Finn? Brock's not the grudge match type. Brock is the prize fighter type thing. He's going after titles. He's not just going after matches. He's either defending his titles or he's going after titles. When's the last time Brock was involved in much of anything that didn't, surround the title? I mean, when he first came back, he did a little bit with trips that wasn't title oriented, and when he got involved with Cena, that was title oriented. His match with Taker was not title oriented, but that was the streak, which was almost as big as the title. So I just can't see that match not being for the title in Saudi Arabia. So those are the picks for Extreme Rules. It's a pretty quick, down and dirty one. So we will be back next month to discuss Crown Jewel. At this point, that is the only, pay-per-view announced for October. Will we get a Clash of Champions or something else also here in North America somewhere? Don't know. But, join us for that one as well. So give the channel a like, share, subscribe. Please comment down below. Give us your picks as well. Wherever you are, we hope you're doing well. Take care of one another, and we will see you when we see you.